We know there are many choices in internet radio, and the staff and host of LA Talk Live would like to thank you for choosing the internet's hottest destination for the most eclectic sound and invigorating talk. This is LA Talk Live. We are more than just talk.
Birds flying high, you know how I feel. Sun in the sky, you know how I feel. Breeze drifting on by, you know how I feel. It's a new dawn, it's a new day, it's a new life for me. And I'm feeling good.
Hello and welcome to La La Land on LA Talk Live. That's Dorothy Dillingham Blue.
And there's Brett Chapin, the founder of La La Land. We are celebrating our 100th episode.
Thanks for joining us on La La Land. This is the only nationally broadcast show by Los Angeles artists about Los Angeles artists. Episode 100. Wow. Has this show really been going on 100 weeks?
Yes.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Well, so I don't know. I mean, we have so many guests in the studio. I feel like we should almost get straight to it. You know, it's nice that it's our 100th episode, but yeah, let's get straight to the guests. Why not?
Do we have some LA Minute listings?
Yeah, we have a few. We have, of course, High School Musical Junior.
Yes, right? Which opens March 1st. Over at Theater Palisades. For tickets, go to theaterpalisades.com, or you can call the box office, 310-454-1970.
We do. We also have Cassiopeia at Theater at Boston Courts. Mm-hmm. Get your tickets for that at bostoncourt.com. What else do we have? We have Fallen Angels at the Pasadena Playhouse, still going on this weekend.
That's right.
Last weekend, pasadenaplayhouse.org for information on that. And we have coming up the 25th annual Putnam County Spelling Bee at Theater Palisades.
That's right. That opens April 5th.
April 5th.
Yep.
April 5th. Oh, and then we have a little show at a place called the Founders Center called Rent that also opens on April 5th.
You may, those of you who attend may recognize one of the stellar voices in the show, also known as Brett Chapin.
Yes.
He will be in the show.
I am ensemble and a cop. Go figure. It's like my 19th time playing a cop. But,
well, that means you have an air of authority, which is good to have.
Yes.
I think.
It's going to be really fun, too, because they're having a sing-along for one performance. One performance is just for kids.
Really?
Yeah, it's going to be
I'm sorry,
really
did you say one performance of Rent is all for kids?
It's only for under 18, yes.
Okay.
Interesting, huh?
Very, yes. I had a student who came to me once, and she goes, yes, I saw an adaptation of Rent for kids. Everyone had pneumonia.
Really? They do that?
Okay.
That's ridiculous.
All right.
But yeah, go to beyondthestageproductions.com for information on that. It opens April 5th. What else do we have? Well, of course, Von Bach.
Von Bach, of course. We'll be talking to the creators in just a moment. And then also, if you have any questions for any of our guests today, please make sure you call 323-247-7443. We're also going to be doing some ticket giveaways. It's just a jam-packed show. We're going to have a great time. So I hope everybody's raring and ready to go.
Good stuff. We've got merchandise to give away to our callers. We've got buttons. We have a limited edition In the Heights CD.
Yeah, you turn 100 and all of a sudden, like, people give you stuff to give away. It's awesome.
Look at that.
Wow.
I think we have tickets to As the World Goes Round.
And the Rose Round.
That's what I meant. And the World Goes Round.
Yes, we do.
You're mixing it up with the soap opera, sweetie.
I know. It happens all the time. For March 1st performance of And the World Goes Around.
Very good. Mm-hmm. Great.
Good stuff.
Well, let's get started.
Yeah. Quick commercial to adjust cameras, and
sure.
We'll be back in about 30 seconds on La La Land today with Brett and Dorothy Dillingham Blue on LA Talk Live.
All right.
To fade away when we're
suffer from degenerative diseases such as high blood pressure, diabetes, fibroid tumors, high cholesterol, genital herpes, or a plethora of other diseases that rob you of a quality life? If so, then visit the website of herbalist Tahuti Ma'atra at dhealthstore.com and open the door to natural healing at an affordable price. dhealthstore.com has over 1,800 products created by herbalist Tahuti Ma'atra, specifically designed to help you heal the natural and safe way. At dhealthstore.com, you'll find everything from herbal formulas and cleanses, such as Tahuti's famous full body detox, as well as herbal teas, extracts, natural body butters, lotions, creams, children's products, hair care products, and of course, sexual enhancement products for both men and women. So visit the website of Tahuti Ma'atra, dhealthstore.com, or call toll free at 1-888-823-9416. dhealthstore.com.
Welcome back to La La Land on LA Talk Live. That's Dorothy Dillingham Blue.
And there's Brett Chapin.
We have many amazing guests in the studio, and if you
Yes.
have any questions for them today, make sure you give us a call at 323-247-7443, 323-247-7443, and win a prize, too, because we have
Yeah.
merchandise and theater tickets today. Make sure
Fun
you give us a call.
times. Excellent.
Good
Excellent.
stuff.
Well, we have the creative team from Von Bach with us today, and we have Scott Ronglian and Owen Hammer. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Thank you, everybody.
Yes. Yeah. So I go way back with these two guys. We were both Northwestern graduates, and I have always known that they're crazy, but in the best way, always in the best way. So when they're like, come see this show, it's like it's horror but comedy and all this kind of stuff, I'm like, sure, yeah. And then I came and I just thoroughly enjoyed myself. So I said, they're remounting the show. We got to have them back on. We got to have them on the show. So here you are. So the writer
Thank
here
you.
is Owen
Thank you,
Hammer.
yes. That's correct.
Yeah.
And the show is taking place at the Fremont Center Theater, by the way, fremontcentertheater.com for tickets.
Yes, they've bought up all the different spellings. So FremontCenterTheater.com.
Very
good
nice.
time.
Yes.
Now tell us, Owen, like how you came with this idea to have Von Bach.
Sure. There's a couple things. The first of which was I had heard about Bela Lugosi Jr., son of the famous Dracula actor Bela Lugosi, had sued Universal Studios and a company that made a plastic model of Bela Lugosi as Dracula, and won the rights to control the image of his father. And it was I heard this interview with him on the radio, and it's a complicated story of how fractions of intellectual property are owned by different people. And I thought, what if Dracula showed up and sued everybody? And my friend Craig, who was working with me at this office and who went on to direct several of the film segments in Von Bach, almost peed in his pants. He thought the idea was so funny. And as I wrote it, I realized that writing a play about Dracula was doomed to failure. So I invented my own completely fictional, from the ground up, famous movie monster, the Dr. Von Bach, creator of the Galvanizer, which can resurrect the dead.
Yes.
And the other thing that inspired it was Industrial Light and Magic had put together a 17-minute proof of concept that they could make a CGI Boris Karloff as Frankenstein's monster for Universal to do a CGI Frankenstein movie.
Oh, good Lord.
And I saw it. I probably shouldn't have seen it. I work in visual effects when I'm not writing plays. And it looked so much like him. And I was struck by the fact that nobody was struck by the fact that here you have the story of a dead pieces of dead bodies reanimated, and in real life with our amazing technology we've reanimated this dead actor and brought him back to life. And those two things kind of merged to become the story of Von Bach.
Ah, all right. And for those of you who have not seen it yet, you guys do, which I think was really, really innovative, was intersperse those film clips from the past Von Bach movies and adaptations and make them as part of the story of the live theater production, which I thought was really innovative and really helped those of us in the audience know the story without a lot of boring exposition.
Yeah, it was a neat way for us to actually, as you say, tell the backstory
Right.
of Von Bach without having to sit there and sort of tell you verbally or even do some silly stagings of scenes from Von Bach movies of yore. We actually went out and filmed them all, and in the end, after two productions worth, we ended up with about 25 short films, something like that, with commercials and things like that.
It ended up being well. There's over 100 Von Bach movies within the fictional
world.
universe.
Yeah,
Oh God.
And we've produced film segments from about 10 of them,
yeah.
as well as some commercials and film clips and interviews and even a parody of TMZ, which a lot of
Yeah, that was one of my favorites. I really like that one.
That was one of my favorites too. the problem with that is that nobody wanted to play Harvey Levin.
Really?
Yeah,
You would think that would be like a great scene chewing kind of fun part.
well,
but...
keep in mind, most actors would jump at the chance to play like Hitler or Stalin or Pol Pot or something, but like nobody.
Comparing Harvey Levin to Hitler?
Nobody. No, I'm not.
You're
I'm
saying
not.
it's less
I'm just,
exciting to play.
I'm just saying I was like, will you play Harvey Levin? And actors were like, oh, I don't think I can do that. And that was really kind of surprising.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good times.
I would love to play Harvey Levin. I don't
Well,
know
where
why-
were you when I did
I know. Next time.
Next time, okay.
Now you know.
Now I
you
know.
Now, this is the second or third incarnation of this?
The third incarnation of it. We did a couple of Halloweens in a row.
Oh, right.
Out in Hollywood, and we were talking about doing it in other parts of town because it's so hard for people to get to one central location sometimes. So we wanted to try a different location. We approached the Fremont Center Theater, and they really loved the idea from the get-go and just thought it was so different. And they like sort of experimenting with different types of stuff at their venue. And they just really loved the idea. And I mean, we really sold it just by showing them a film clip and a bunch of these fake posters. And they just loved the fact that we created this, totally alternative universe where Von Bach exists. And they wanted to and their theater is actually a converted funeral home. So it had this great cachet already built in that, here's our undead monster, living inside of this funeral home, basically. It had a great energy to it. It's a wonderful space.
That is awesome.
Yeah, it was perfect. We didn't even have to dress the stage very much. It looks like this wonderful, it's got these arched ceilings and it's a beautiful space. It really is.
Oh,
I think I
excellent.
was telling you, Owen, that we were talking to the Little Candle Theater, who is having their show in Fremont Center Theater after you guys, and they had their auditions, and all their actors were just so impressed with your set.
Yeah, I'm glad to hear that they like the set. Curtis Bedford gets the credit for our set, but I like the story that this nice little show about a priest. They have to hold the auditions in this mad scientist laboratory.
Yes, Father Brown.
Yeah.
Yes.
I wish I could have seen that.
Yeah, about a third of the scenes take place in this mad scientist laboratory, and about a third of the scenes take place in a Hollywood set that's supposed to be a reproduction of it. And,
Oh, how funny.
Yeah. So.
Well, and it's really, I mean, what's great about it is you get to see both those worlds side by side, where you have really the Hollywood of today creating, yet another version. As Owen said, there's been 100 versions in our fake world. Yet another version of Von Bach, and then you get these flashbacks to where we actually go back to where the real Von Bach came from, which was this real person back in the 19th century who was a doctor, a very pioneering doctor, who his machine turned him into an undead monster.
Yeah.
And
Happens all the time.
Yeah, it happens.
Yeah.
It's very common.
Yeah.
A lot of people,
Yeah.
in the 19th century was very, very, avant-garde in how it dealt with resurrection. Everybody went after it.
Now there are a lot of tones that tonally the shifts in the show go very broad, and like how did you wrangle all those together? Because you get the script and you're like, okay, it's in the past, it's in the future, it's in the present, it's in celluloid, it's in all these different things.
It was hard because on a surface, you can kind of look at it and say, well, it's sort of a screwball comedy. Like there's a lot of crazy characters from Hollywood. We have a crazy producer, crazy director, a CGI actor. We have a fake Von Bach in front of Grauman's Chinese Theater. We have a Elvira type character. So you've got a lot of these different things on stage. But at the heart of it, you really have this honest story about this man who really just wanted to help people and save lives, and this horrible thing happened to him. And since that happened, all these stories have been told and mistold and reinterpreted in the wrong way since then. So it was interesting for us to play with it on those levels, because you go from a very funny scene to a very serious scene, but there's still comedy in it. I think
of course.
Owen does a great job of even in the serious scenes peppering in some great subtle comedy.
Yeah.
And so you kind of always maintain that level of levity.
Yeah.
But it was always interesting for me when we were shooting the films, when I turned to Owen one day and I'm like, we haven't even rehearsed this show yet. I have no idea whether these films are going to fit within the pace of the play.
And yet they do.
And they do. And what's great is that it's sometimes it's almost like a break in the action, where you can kind of sit back and watch this other story be told sort of inside of the story. And honestly, I think audiences, it keeps them on their toes because they just never know what to expect around every corner.
One of the something that emerged through the writing process was that Von Bach, the undead monster, became the straight man. He's a regular, kind of ordinary guy, other than this bizarre medical condition of his. But you start to realize that he's like somebody who, you might have like a weird, something strange about him, but he's like dealing with it the best he can. But these people in Hollywood, they're the strange ones. They're the weird, and he's the normal one. And that once, and then I just had to fight the urge to give him a funny line as I wrote it. It's like, let's have him say that. That'd be funny. It's like, no, he can never. He just has got to be this serious person.
And there was a lot of discovery. Like the funny things that he did say were not, they weren't jokes. It was discovery of where he happened to be at that moment. Like he's from this ancient, the 19th century, and he happens to have this. To be at a loss as to these modern things that are happening to him and around him.
It's a zombie out of water story.
Yeah, really there you go.
No, it is. It's the country bumpkin come to Hollywood, except the country bumpkin's an undead monster. It was so great doing all these things. The juxtapositions of this guy, playing with an iPhone and like having things like that happen to him, and in a courtroom setting, where he's suing everybody, as the main theme of the story becomes. Suing everybody for, basically defamation of character and copyright infringement and all those things. And it's just a great, wonderful juxtaposition that he gets to play. And it is hard. You don't want him to ever smile. You don't want him to ever laugh. Yeah. Because he's just not that kind of guy.
Yeah. Guys, we're talking to Owen Hammer and Scott Roglin of Von Bach. For tickets to Von Bach, give us a call at 323-247-7443, 323-247-7443.
All right.
All right.
Come on. Well, now we have did you have a trivia question?
Trivia question, yes.
Yeah. Free tickets. Here we go.
All right. Who is Bela Lugosi Jr.'s father?
All right.
Here's a good one. In the very first ever release of the James Whale's Frankenstein movie with Boris Karloff.
Okay.
How is Boris Karloff credited?
Oh, that's a toughie.
Yeah.
I like it though. Okay, so 323-247-7443.
And I will be looking up the correct answer on Google.
He doesn't even know the answer himself.
No, I'm like 99% sure I remember it properly.
Okay. All right. Sounds good.
The answer may surprise you.
Ooh, fabulous. Yeah. All righty. Sounds good. So if you go see Von Bach, it runs through
March 10th.
Great.
It's Saturday nights and Sunday afternoons. Saturdays at 8, Sundays at 3 p.m.
All right.
FremontCenterTheater.com.
Thanks so much for coming on, you guys. Great to see
thanks
you.
Thanks for having us.
All right. Cool.
Good stuff.
All right.
All right. Thank you. No, please sit down.
Come on, everybody. Gosh.
And we're going to get to some other guests, but you can call in later for your tickets to Von Bach. You can call in at any time. 323-247-7443. What's next? The song?
Next up, we've got
song too.
Yes, next up we have a number from High School Musical Junior. So we'll be right back.
I'm kind of letting you run the show on this 100th episode. Are you catching on?
I am catching it. Are you? It's sort of the rehearsal for when you're out of town. Is that what this is?
Yeah, I guess so. Why not?
Sounds great.
We'll be back on La La Land on LA Talk Live.
Great.
Saturday in 1999, right across from where I'm standing, on that dance floor she was living. It was clear that she was from another time, like some baby Barbarella with the stars as her umbrella. She She's just a cosmic girl from another galaxy. My heart's in zero gravity. She's from a cosmic world, letting me in ecstasy, transmitting on my frequency. She's cosmic.
All right, hey, we are back here at La La Land with Brett Chapin and Dorothy Dillingham Blue. That's me. And joining us today, we have Danielle Lorenzo and Jake Lyon from High School Musical Junior. They play the diabolical twins, Sharpay and Ryan. So, take it away, guys.
Thank you.
It's hard to believe that I couldn't see you were always there beside me. Thought I was alone with no one to hold, but you were always there beside me. These feelings like no other, I want you to know I've never had someone that knows me like you do, the way you do. I've never had someone as good for me as you, no one like you. So lonely before I finally found what I've been looking for. So good to be seen, so good to be heard. Don't have to say a word. So long I was lost, so good to be found. A love and having you around. This feeling's like no other. I want you to know I never had someone that knows me like you do, the way you do. I've never had someone as good for me as you, no one like you. So lonely before I finally found what I've been looking for. Do-do-do, do-do-do-do-do. Oh, 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 oh. Do-do-do-do, do-do-do-do-do. Oh, 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 oh. You, no you, no us.
Nice job, guys. Nice job. How old are you two? How
I'm
old?
11, she's 11.
Yes.
11 years old, and they can do all that. That's awesome. Wow. All right. Well, we're gonna have a second song from our other two musical guests a little bit later on.
Yep.
But right now, let's get to Joshua Eli Krantz.
All right.
Joshua Eli Krantz of Oops and
The World
The
Goes
World Goes Round, playing right now at the NoHo Arts Center. Plays411.com/world
Yes.
for information on that. And thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me. I'm so honored to be here on your 100th show.
It's good stuff. We've been talking about As the World Goes and The World Goes Round too.
Yes, well, I guess we could be a possible soap opera
Every time.
if you want. You know,
We've been
it does
talking-
touch on so many emotional levels. So
It does.
Yeah, it does.
We've been talking about And the World Goes Round for a while.
We have, yeah.
Yes, we had Michael Sterling on, your publicist, to talk about it. It's
Yes.
an amazing, amazing, excellent show that you have going on. Tell us a little bit about it for our audience members who might not be familiar with it.
Well, And the World Goes Round is it was a musical that was done back in 1991, and it was originally conceived as a musical review of the songs of Kander and Ebb. It's kind of a love letter to these two composers, and the music and the lyrics and the songs are just so incredible. This whole show is about relationships and the way people, you can always see something in your life, whether past, present, or future, about how you've dealt with a past relationship, present or future relationship, and the music is very, very poignant. The lyrics in the show are just stunning. And just on a secondary note, I had an opportunity with one of our cast members, Kristen Towers-Rolls, to go on another radio show, and we had a chance to talk to Mr. John Kander himself.
Oi.
And
Very
that
cool.
was the highlight of my entire life. I have never, I couldn't possibly express to you not only how I felt in terms of, when he came on, but it was, it's like talking to one of the greats. If you talk to Stephen Sondheim, or you talk to Jerry Herman, or the great Marvin Hamlish, a lot of these people have passed on, and I have to tell you, doing his music every single night with this amazing cast. And I will say this, when I joined working on this production, which is we're doing through Be Wild About Music Productions, I had never met any of these cast members before. And when you see them perform on stage, it's like they've been performing for years together. It's just, it's unbelievable.
It's a really great show.
It absolutely is. And I mean, it's extremely intimate. We performed this show in a 49-seat theater, and
I've heard it's like intimate.
It's very
And I'm
intimate, and when you walk in there, you're walking into the set, which was designed by Tom Giamario, he just designed this beautiful, simple but very elegant set, and it's like you're coming back to a club that I used to perform at. And the concept behind the show that was created by Gary Lee Reed, our wonderful director, is that I am this performer that's coming back to this club, and it's the memories that come out of the music and my personal experiences that bring these wonderful other people back to life, and they come in through a spinning door, like the revolving door of, and they come in at the beginning that way, and they go out that way at the end. And
it's a very cool concept.
It's a very, very cool concept.
And you're the musical director.
I have a couple of things. I'm a musical director. I'm the vocal director. I'm the pianist in the show, and I'm also the sixth cast member. The show has never been done with a musical director in the show personally.
It's a thespian of all trades.
Yes,
there you go.
Exactly. And on top of everything, I get to sit and watch the show every night from where I play.
Mm-hmm.
I'm the only person that can actually sit and watch the show. All of them, it's like actors. You're not supposed to break the fourth wall ever. Mm-hmm. Well, I can see everything they're doing, and it's every song in this show tells a story.
How is doing the musical directing for this show different than other shows that you worked on in the past?
I would say for this one in particular, when you're working with the type of cast members that we have, who make amazing, fantastic acting choices. They're singers, they're dancers, and they're actors. I would say one of my biggest challenges working on a production like this for me, beside doing the music, was being able to work with people that are so on top of their game. These people, the cast is so talented. I can't say much more about them, but they are just immensely talented people. And when you have people that pick up music so quickly, pick up choreography. By that, I have to say, Noelle Britton, our choreographer, has taken this tiny little space And if you have not seen this, she creates an entire pas de deux between two actors that we do in the second act of the show, which combines the songs of Marry Me and Quiet Thing, which Quiet Thing was John Cander's favorite song from Flora and the Red Menace.
Noelle, we'll have a chance to talk to her on the 15th. She's coming in.
Oh, she's coming in. Oh,
Yeah.
then well, that's fantastic. She's done everything from, created this gorgeous dance relationship number to we have people in our show that are on roller skates. And we're doing this also in a 19 by 24 space. You're going, people are roller skating around, just everything that she's created and the atmosphere and what she's done with the choreography is fantastic, and it works, and it takes you with Gary Lee Reed's direction and my musical direction and Noelle's very wonderful choreography, we've been able to just put this beautiful piece of work together. I can't say enough about it.
It's a great show.
It absolutely is, and I encourage any of you to come out and see it. I mean, we're running initially through March 10th, but we actually have a special announcement, which I wanted to announce on your 100th show today.
Awesome! That's great. We love special.
Yes, we have a
things on our
special
100th
announcement,
show.
and all the cast members hopefully are listening, and of course Michael Sterling, who set this up for us to be on this show, which I'm very, very thankful for. We are going to be extending through the end of March.
That's fantastic. So an extra 3 weeks.
An extra 3 weeks.
Wonderful.
Thank you for the applause. It was very nice. The thing is, the reviews for our show have just been phenomenal.
Yeah, they're really stellar.
I mean, we just had stellar reviews.
You guys are at 100% on Bitter Lemons, 100% sweet.
We got
that means they've had no negative reviews.
We got 5 out of 5 on Broadway World with Don Griguer. I mean, you can't and the one reviewer that I would say is the toughest person to impress in this entire town, his name is Les Spindle. He loved our show. And Les Spindle in his review, he touched on, he's so specific about the show itself because he's seen it before and he's seen other productions of it, that he actually touched getting down to the talking about the title of the show, because it's been turned into by MTI, The World Goes Round. We put the "and" back in, and he touched on that in his review. I mean, he's, every character in the show is also defined by a number: man 1, man 2, man 3, woman 1, woman 2, and 3, and so he's very, very specific about it. And when you get reviewers who come and see a show that has a tried and true following in terms of the way it was created, that says a lot. And he's very, very hard to impress. He's like the Ben Brantley of Los Angeles, basically.
It was impressive to see Les there. I could definitely tell that it was something to be taken seriously.
And
when I saw Les there. And I know. Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, and Brent, Brett, we're in a very small little space in NoHo, and we're in the heart of Theater Row. And, there's so many choices and so many shows you could come and see. And the following of the people that have come to see it, I've had composers come up and talk to me. I've had, theater professionals, a lot of people that are in this business, and they're just blown away by what this product and what we've created, because it's totally beautiful. I mean, I can't describe it in any other way, but just beautiful.
And for those that are not familiar with the grounds of North Hollywood, when they're coming to see your show, what are, is there?
Well, we're right in the heart of the NoHo Arts District. So the thing is, there is a lot of restaurants around there. I will say the parking is a little bit complicated.
Okay.
So definitely get there early if you're going to come and see the show, because parking can be a little bit tricky.
And that's good. And maybe if they're at a restaurant, maybe they can park their car there and walk over or something. That's always an option.
And absolutely. And I would say the last thing about the production, if you don't know anything about Kander and Ebb besides Cabaret in Chicago, come and see this show just to hear the little jewels and songs that they've written from shows that nobody knows, like 70 Girl 70, The Rink, Flora and the Red Menace, and that's just a beginning of. And those are the songs in the show that I love to play the most, because
those are often my favorite songs to hear at auditions or in cabarets or anything. Those things. You can hear all the other standards. They're called standards for a reason, but I love to hear those, like you said, those hidden gems.
Oh yeah, and the cast, they sing them just in such a beautiful way.
Wonderful. Well, congratulations on an extension.
Thank you.
And on your wonderful reviews.
Thank you very much. And if I'd like to give a shout out to our cast and our
Sure. Yes, absolutely.
The cast is Erica Harahan Ball, Isaac James, Emily King Brown, Ryan Rouge, and Kristen Towers Rolls. And I'd also like to thank our fabulous lighting designer, Matthew Richter, our costume designer, who just makes them look so fantastic, Daniel Mahler, our stage manager, Carol Ursetti, our producer, along with Be Wild About Music Productions, Raquel Lehrman, and theater planners, and of course, I wouldn't be here without the ever amazing Michael Sterling. So,
and you guys are giving away tickets to your March 1st performance as well.
Yes, we're going to give tickets away, and I thought it would be fun to have a little contest, and the way to do it, I was thinking, either have somebody call in, if you'd like to call in, and name a show that is not one of their more well-known two shows, Cabaret or Chicago, or call in and hum or sing a couple lyrics from something of Kander and Ebbs.
But let's be honest, if you just call in and you can't do either one of those
things,
either
one of them, we'll probably give
away.
the tickets too, because I would love everybody to come out and see this.
323-247-7443, 323-247-7443. Call for your tickets to And the World Goes Round.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, Joshua.
Thank you.
We'll take a quick break and have our next performance. Does that sound good?
Sure. Some more live music.
Some more live singing.
From the kids of TP Youth on La La Land with Brett and Dorothy on LA Talk Live.
We are back. We're back with La La Land here with Brett Chapin and Dorothy Dillingham Blue. And we have two more performers from High School Musical Junior. We are opening March 1st at Theater Palisades, theaterpalisades.com for tickets. We have Natalie Turgeman and Trey White, who are Gabriella and Troy. Take it away.
It's hard to believe that I couldn't see that you were always beside me. Thought I was alone with no one to hold. want you to know I've never had someone who knows me like you do, the way you do. I've never had someone as good for me as you, no one like you. So lonely before I finally found what I've been looking for.
Well done, guys. Well done.
Thank
Are you interested in auditioning for our show, by the way?
And
Just kidding.
And how old are you two?
I'm 13.
And I'm 12.
Man,
I know,
could
right?
not do that when I was 12 or 13. That's awesome.
Great. Awesome. We'll
right.
have them chat with us in just a sec. Does that sound fun?
Yeah, we'll take a quick break.
All right.
And be back on La La Land. If you have any questions for any of our guests, give us a call at 323-247-7443, 323-247-7443. La La Land, Brett and Dorothy, LA Talk Live.
Yeah. I think we found our cast for Von Bach Jr. Von Bach Jr. Bach Jr.
Nowhere to go.
Welcome back to La La Land on LA Talk Live. That's Dorothy Dillingham Blue. I'm Brett Chapin, and we have a caller on the line who's about to win some theater tickets or some merchandise. Is he still here? Okay. 1, 2, 3. Hello, caller. Hang on 1 second, caller.
Alrighty.
Oh,
there
there
you
he
are.
is. Hi, what's your name?
My name is Steve. I'm calling from San Francisco.
Hey, Steve.
Hi, Steve.
So,
How are you?
Great,
we're
thanks.
good, thanks. Were you
Good.
calling for tickets to Von Bach or As the World Goes Round?
I have a question for the kids.
Awesome.
Even better.
Great. Ask away.
I wonder how they feel when they're coming out. Oops. There's a little bit of static here.
Oh, just turn the sound down on your computer, and that'll help you.
Okay, we'll turn the sound down. Wait 1 second. I'd like to know how the kids feel when they come out on center stage, either doing a solo or a duet, and they look out over the audience and see 500 eyes looking at them.
Good question. Any one of you?
Yeah. Well, I really feel like I just take everything out of my brain, focus on the task at hand, and I really like what I do on stage because it's really fun.
It's kind of
That's another call. We're getting all kinds of calls.
Yeah,
now.
we're getting calls.
Go ahead.
It's kind of like an extra momentum for me because just knowing that all those people came to see me sing and dance and do whatever, it's kind of just like an extra push to make me do better on stage.
Yeah, knowing that knowing that all those people came there, it's pretty awesome, and I just block them all out and just pretend it's me.
Good advice.
When I see everyone, I'm really scared. I mean, everyone's came to see you, and you feel like you have to do good, but I mean, they don't know the script, so.
That's what I always tell them. Like, don't worry, they don't have the script in their lap. They don't know how.
So you really just want to try your best and. Yeah.
Well, what I tell them what's unique about the Theater Palisades Youth Program is when they're in a school play or some other programs, a lot of times there'll be a director in the front row who is there with a stick kind of pointing to each actor and saying it's time and everything, but they are on their own. I call it like the Where's Waldo of directors. You don't know where I am. I mean, a lot of them they've never seen me backstage during a show because they have to learn how to do it. I think we have a caller. Let's answer that call.
Yeah, and Steve, if you send us your email to lalalandtalk@gmail.com, we'll get you some nice merchandise. Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Thanks
all
for
right,
calling.
Very good.
Okay,
and
caller.
Next caller. Hi.
Hi, I'm calling. I have a question for the Zac Efron character.
Yes.
I'm just wondering, where does he get his inspiration?
Well, I have to say I get my inspiration from my Aunt Callie.
Oh. Okay.
Tell me more about that.
Well, she's always been loving to me, and she's very nice.
Now, did she encourage you to sing?
She did.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
I feel like that caller's name might be Callie. I don't know.
Might, yeah.
Thanks for calling.
Oh, truth in journalism. Okay,
do,
so
do we have any other calls right now? Okay. 323-247-7443. 323-247-7443 to talk to the amazing kids of High School Musical Junior playing at Theater Palisades, theaterpalisades.com, March 1st through March 10th.
Yes. Now, we also wanted to kind of, because we have people call in to the show every once in a while, like, I want my kid to start it at, a top level every time, all this kind of thing. And I wanted to talk to Natalie about when she started with TPY, she was literally, the character was a shadow. Like, literally, that was one of the characters she was playing. So she was kind of, in the back, making the environment sort of thing. And as she's gone through the program, she's done larger and larger roles. So how did you think starting where you did has helped you where you are now?
Yeah, I definitely think starting where I did because when you get a smaller part, it kind of hurts a little bit, but then afterwards, like now that I'm here, like playing like Gabriella in High School Musical, you kind of like know like that you've learned what you learned and you know how to just like act a little bit better. Because when you're in the background, you need to make yourself pop out a little bit more so people can like really look at you more than like the main character or something. But even in plays where I was just like a shadow or something, everyone, like not everyone, but a lot of people would walk up to me that you did a great job. I'm just like, thank you. I worked really hard on being a shadow.
Commitment. And we've got another caller. Caller, how are you? Oh wait, do we? Okay. Are you there?
Hello, caller.
Okay.
Hello, caller. Are you listening?
Yes, I found you guys on Radio Flag, stimulating conversation. I just had a question for the kids. I'm kind of losing reception, but have they dealt with any bullying in their school due to them being in theater? And I'll take my answer off the question. Off the air, thanks.
Okay.
Well, honestly, my school is a non-bully school, some people have been like, oh, cool, they've been on board, and some people have been like, oh, I don't do that. But they're never really mean to me.
Okay. Anybody else?
I mean, no one's like mean to you. They're just like, ooh, you're doing a High School Musical play. That's so baby.
Yeah.
But then I was like, well, it's awesome too.
Baby,
And
it's about high schoolers.
I know.
I have a question. You said you have a non-bully school. Does that mean your school frowns upon bullies, or you just don't have a lot of guys that are like that?
Well, definitely it's a harder school to get into because there are no bullies. Like, if people are mean to you, it will not be tolerated. Like,
Boy, I wish I'd gone to school where you go. Very cool.
At my school, we have just like Daniela said, they say, it's not High School Musical. It's really bad play. Why are you in it? And then I say to myself, well, how about you try it? It's actually really, really fun.
Yeah.
To be in it.
Well, me being in 8th grade, me and my friend who's also in the play were like the oldest people in the cast, so we're almost going to high school. So when we were auditioning for High School Musical, we're kind of like, oh, we're going to be in High School Musical, fun. Like, this came out when you were like 9. But now it's kind of like a lot of my friends are coming. They're like, oh my God, you're Gabriella. Oh my God, that's so cool. Because, yeah, it's just like you kind of have to go through it. Like, you have people that don't like agree with what you agree with, and you kind of just have to like roll through the punches. And I mean, it's fun when you're on stage, so it's fun when you're on stage.
Mm-hmm.
So cool. Is Gabriella the Vanessa Hudgens part?
Yes, that is correct.
Awesome.
That is true, and it's a lot. And it was. I'm usually do. Those of you who've come to the shows before know that it's unusual that I have humans on in a show. I do a lot of shows that involve aliens or animals or all that kind of thing.
Mondar. Oh wait, we have another call.
Oh, we do. Okay,
Yes.
great. Yeah.
Hi, caller.
Mondar. Oh wait, we have the call.
Turn your radio down, please.
Hello?
Hi. Hi.
Okay, hi. I grew up watching High School Musical, and I was just wondering for Daniela how she channeled Sharpay, or like, did she watch herself in the mirror, or how did she do that? Because she looks just like her.
Well, I came home every day and I watched it, and I've always wanted to be Sharpay. And my sister's always been like, you're not Sharpay, don't be mean. And now I finally get to be Sharpay. And I've never been a mean character, so it's kind of fun to be the mean character. And I relate to her because the good aspects of her, she likes to be on stage, and I love to be on stage. And she's very competitive, and so am I. So, yeah.
Yeah, and that's one thing, they know is that, to play the mean characters, you have to pretty much be the nicest person in the cast.
Yes.
Otherwise, it's a very miserable process for everyone involved. And to know Danielle is to know she is one of the sweetest people ever. So I'm like, well, this is easy.
Exactly.
Thank you for calling.
Well,
Oh, I'm sorry. Go
it
ahead.
looks like it's working out for you, so keep it up.
Thank you.
Awesome. All right.
So anything else that you guys, what's been surprising during the rehearsal process? Anybody?
Well, how fast we've been going. We're already even though not tomorrow, but next week is like our last week of rehearsals.
Mm-hmm.
Even on like the 3rd or 4th rehearsal, we are already almost like halfway into the show, and it's just crazy thinking about it. Like, this experience has gone by so fast, especially with me being like the summer going into 6th grade was my first play, and I've pretty much done every single play during school and during summer, and it's crazy just how fast the experience goes by, and it's going to be something that stays with us for like all our life. So
Yeah.
I'll bet.
That's what I tell them. Like, know these friends, keep in touch with them, because you never know when you will need to reconnect with them and have experiences to share. And it's a team. It really is. I try to keep a team aspect to it. And it used to be that I didn't really know how to relate that. But then when I get, boys like Jake and Trey, who also are involved in sports, and I'm like, okay, let me try to translate this with a sports analogy per se. And I've really enjoyed that energy coming in, that team aspect.
That's a good question, actually, guys, because I did sports and theater in school. How do you balance all that?
Well,
is it tough?
Like, I have everyday schedule. Every single day of the week, I have, first comes soccer, then comes acting, and then it's all like that. And I fit it all in my schedule. It fits in really good, and yeah.
Nice. You just do it, huh?
Yep.
Awesome. We have one more caller. Hello, caller.
Oh, hello. My question is for the cast of High School Musical.
Mm-hmm.
And my question was, did they watch the show before they decided to try out for the roles? Were they fans of the show?
Yeah, I watched it when I was young, and I really, really liked it. And, yeah, that's why I did it now.
Yeah, when my dad told me that it was High School Musical, I was jumping all around the house and screaming like, what song am I going to do? What song am I going to do? And I've always wanted to be Sharpay, and so this is like a dream come true.
Well,
Awesome.
obviously, like, when I was like 9 or 8 or something like that, High School Musical did come out, and it was like the big movie of the moment. Like everyone was watching High School Musical, and obviously when I found out that it was High School Musical, I was watching it. And I'm like, okay, how can I act like that character? Like how can I be a lot like her but still make it my own? And it kind of it's really fun because I know High School Musical. Like I know High School Musical, so like I can like relate to the play a little bit more because I know like when people are like, oh, did this happen? I'm like, yeah, that happened in like third scene or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Like when I was younger, I remember when the play came out, and everyone like loved it. They watched it 20 times in one day. And they would like act out scenes, and I would actually act out scenes around my house, jumping around, and to actually do it, I was like, yes! I knew that I could do it, so that's how.
And what's different with having a show that was initially a film and is now a stage musical is that you do have to tweak their performances, their acting, because the subtle things don't read as well on stage. So we've had to talk about how to take that moment that's close and quiet and turn it out so that the audience can appreciate it as well.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And they've done it. They've done it brilliantly.
Well, that's great. Well, thank you very much.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you for
Thanks
calling.
for calling.
Hey, real quick before we gotta go, what's your favorite thing about working with Dorothy over there, guys?
Oh my goodness.
Well,
She is no.
well, first of all, she's kind of crazy, I have to say.
That's my favorite thing about working with her too.
And
Go ahead.
she's like, I don't know, she's so funny, and she's like a second mom when we're doing a play because we're with her all the time. So.
Well, she always gives me a lot of good pointers on what I should do and what not. And when I'm like here and doing something wrong, and she says, "Oh, how about you go here?" It feels a lot better, and I love it a lot.
Well, pretty much the Theater Palisades, the actual place, and Dottie are pretty much my second home and my second mom because I've known them place and Dottie for like ever, and I can like go there when I'm upset, like even for like random things, and I can go to Dottie when I'm upset just like to talk about my stuff because she understands. So it's really fun to work with someone like that.
Yeah, it's great. She's not like one of those people who are like, oh, why can't you get this? It's so easy. She'll be like, okay, not exactly. Let's try it again. She's really fun to be with, and she has a bunch of energy that conspires into the play, and it's really great.
Aw, thanks, guys.
Very nice. High School Musical Junior playing March 1st through March 10th. TheaterPalisades.com for any information about that. This is, say your names one more time.
Danielle Lorenzo.
Trey White.
Natalie Turgeman.
Jake Lyon.
From High School Musical Junior.
All right. Great job, you guys.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
All right. So we're about to go into episode 101 next week.
Jeez Louise.
Good stuff. Who we got? We have theater publicist David Elzer.
Mm-hmm.
We have box office manager and playwright Diane Grant.
Yep.
And we have actors Katie Galuska and Zachary Coffer from Legally Blonde at the Simi Valley Performing Arts Center.
Excellent. Sounds like a fun time. I'm excited.
Good stuff.
Yeah. Well, yay, we made it!
We made it.
Episodes!
Oh my gosh. I quit. I'm out of here. For any information on us, you can find us on Facebook at facebook.com/lalalandtalk, Twitter, twitter.com/lalalandtalk. Send us an email at lalalandtalk@gmail.com. And for all of us here at La La Land Talk, that's Dorothy Dillingham Blue.
And there's Brett Chapin.
And we will see you next time on La La Land on LA Talk Live. We'll see you at the top.